Buongiorno classe, come state? Sto molto bene, grazie. Sì, lo so, yes, I know you can't see me, però, however, oggi facciamo le note. Today we're going to do notes per gli aggettivi, adjectives, and gender agreement nella classe di italiano. Voi avete le note, you have your notes nella cartella, in your folder, and this is what they look like. Davanti, the front side, noi abbiamo già fatto, we did already, okay? And it looks exactly like this. Oggi facciamo, today we're going to take a look dietro at the back side, which looks like this. Aggettivi, il plurale, grammatica, okay? Again, this is in your grammatica section. So, oggi in classe voi scrivete, you are going to write down anything that io scrivo, that I type in rosso, in red. Adesso sto cambiando, I'm changing the font here so that way you can see whatever io scrivo, whatever I write in rosso, in red, voi scrivete, you write down on your notes as well. So, cominciamo, let's start with a little bit of a recap. Now, come sappiamo, as we know, gli aggettivi in italiano cambiano. They change depending on gender identity. So, gender identity means that if someone identifies as male in Italiano, the adjectivo ends in O. For example, alto. If someone identifies as female, the adjectivo ends in A. For example, alta. And yes, I know I will change this to rosso, red as well. That way, voi potete scriverlo. You can write that in Italiano. Okay. Now, gender neutral aggettivi also exist in Italiano, meaning that they do not change depending on who we're talking about. Per esempio, for example, we have aggettivi that end in e, like forte, that stay the same regardless of gender identità, right? Per esempio, I could say Signor De Stefano è forte. I could also say Giacomo è forte. Now, that being said, questi cambiano, these change nel plurale, in the plural as well. So, it's super similar to the nouns that abbiamo studiato, that we studied back in la geography unit. Now, if you remember with our geography unit, anytime we had a word that ended in O, like vulcano, nel plurale, that's my 9-month-old. Nel plurale, in the plural, they end in E, like vulcani. So, per esempio, for example, the same thing will happen with alto. If you're talking about multiple men, per esempio, for example, it would become alti, right? So here, let's say, again, per esempio, we have Matteo e Donatello they are alti. If we're talking about multiple women or females, we're talking about their gender identità nel plurale. In the plural, the adjectivo also changes. If you remember in Italiano, if we have a female word like isola, in the plural, it also changes to isole. The same thing is true here. So, per esempio, alta would become alte. Here, again, just like the nouns, the adjectivo, the adjective changes nel plurale, okay? Perfetto, perfect. Let's do a little bit of pratica before we get on to gender neutral aggettivi. Let's use the word bravo here as a little bit of pratica. Dino e Ugo, we're going to assume that they are maschili, masculine. In order to talk about due ragazzi, two male identifying people, we have to change this from bravo to bravi, okay? So again, maschile plurale, masculine plural. Here, we're talking about Liliana e Carla, two female identifying people. We're assuming here. I know we shouldn't always assume. But we have brava. Now nel plurale, in the plural, is going to become brave. Okay? Now, we talked a little bit up top about adjectives that end in e. Now, adjectives that end in e in the singolare, in the singular, always end in e or I nel plurale, in the plural. Okay? Now, that means, per esempio, for example, if we have, oh, Giacomino. So nel plurale, forte will always become forti, okay, nel plurale, right? And this here doesn't matter di chi stiamo parlando, who we're talking about, right? If we're talking about due maschi, two men, it will become forti. If we're talking about due femmine, two women, it becomes forti. If we're talking about a boy and a girl, it becomes forti. Okay, so let's do this example here of felice. Per esempio, Mario e Luigi sono felici. Okay, there's only one way for this to become plurale, plural. Same thing here with Gianna e Maria. Sono, they are. The only way for felice to become plurale, plural, is to make it felici. Okay, hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Now, even here, if we're talking about a male and a female, again, Mario e Gianna sono felici. It always has to be felici. There's only one way to make it plural. Now, super importante for people, for multiple people, mixed genders, it's always going to be masculine plural, always. So, per esempio, for example, here we have the adjectivo bravo. Let's pretend we're talking about a boy and a girl, Bianca e Luigi. This would become, the only way it would become plural is bravi. The same thing is true here with the word felice. Bianca e Luigi sono. Again, we're talking about felice, a gender-neutral adjectivo that cannot change other than becoming felici nel plurale, okay? Two people, maschile, femminile, but here nel plurale can only become felici. It does not matter of gender identità. All right, so siccome abbiamo praticato, since we've done a little bit of practice here con le note, adesso facciamo, now I'm going to do the first three with you, okay? We're going to write the correct adjective agreement based on gender. Now, here, voi potete vedere, you can see that I gave you the adjectivo in inglese, in English. That means voi dovete usare, you need to use your lista di aggettivi, your adjective vocab list. Now, we know that Pia and Tina are two female identifying people. And the way that we say tall in Italiano, again, if you use your notes, is alto or alta. Now, we have, he's playing with the remote, if anyone's wondering. We have two people that are female. So we are going to change this from alto to alta to the female plural, which is alte. Okay. Here, next one, ugly. If we first look at our verb, our adjectivi vocab list, we have the word for ugly as brutto, brutta. Now we're talking about two people, Clara, Carlo, female and male. No matter what, here in this example, the same rule applies. You have one male, so that means it automatically has to go to masculine plural. So that becomes brutti, okay? Now here, it doesn't matter if we are talking about 100 persone, 100 people, 99 of them are female and one of them is male. If there is one male, it has to be an adjectivo nel plurale, in the plural, masculine plural, all right? Last one that I'll do with you is Giuseppe e Salvatore. And that is unintelligent or stupido, stupida. Salvatore is a male. So we have masculine plural. We have stupidi. Stupidi. Now, you guys are going to work on the rest on your own. Buona fortuna, in bocca al lupo. Use your notes. Ciao.